Are you guys ready to have some fun? You're gonna come with me to my very first visit to a real auction house here in southern Indiana. Yes, I'm at Clark County Auction that only dealers can go to, and I've never been to a dealer auction. I'm really excited. I have no idea what to expect, but this is gonna be fun. So my two goals for this video is, if you don't remember, we just brought the Malibu here that we bought that was an absolutely horrific scam from Mannheim Auctions. So we're gonna run that through the sale and find somebody else that wants it. Before we get into that fun, I do want to make sure you guys understand that this car was fully disclosed of why I was sending it through auction. It was called what's a yellow light, which means I guarantee the engine and transmission. And then also remember, the car didn't start in the last video. That we found that to be the ignition, so we changed out the ignition before it came to the auction. But everything was fully disclosed in this video to the auction house, and also the cars all go through a post-sale inspection, and that was done as well. And then secondly, I want to experience this auction as what it is. I've never been to an auction before, like I just mentioned, so we'll see what happens, and we're going to see, most importantly, what that Malibu sells for, and if I lose my butt on it, or maybe just break even or make a little bit of profit. And check this out. We're not even in the auction yet, and we've just found a complete Rhino line, Line X lined Hummer H1. This is going to be a Humvee, I'm sure. This is not going to be, yep, this is a military Humvee. Wow, somebody drove this here. This is not here for auction. It's looks like somebody drove it here as their daily driver. Yeah, look at that. It's a beat up license plate on there, and it's zip tied on there, which zip ties are military grade, so it's perfect for this. All right, and we are officially in. We're gonna walk out of here. Right back there are all the auction lanes, and I met my auction rep here that I've known for a long time through Bachman, and he gave me my first auction run list. So I think this is a monumental thing. So I think this is gonna get framed for the dealership and put on the wall, because you guys know we need a lot of things for that wall out there, and a few of you have actually reached out and said, hey, I got an idea, I can send this to you. So if you want to send us something that's nice, that's dealership friendly, our address is on Google. Just look up Mike's Car Store, send it to the dealership directly, and be awesome to have something from you guys to put on our walls here at the dealership. So if you look at the garages here, this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So there's all of these lanes here, and I would have to say that this C lane is probably something that's a little rougher condition. So each one of these, and I'm not sure exactly what they mean yet, but each one of these lanes runs certain types of cars. I think A lane runs the nicer cars, and during different auctions they mean different things. So Enterprise sells a lot of cars through this auction that are wrecked with clean titles, and that's not something I'm going to get into or buy, but it's just an interesting fact that what happens here. And to kind of give you an idea, so this is a wrecked car here. We've got an airbag deployed over there. This is wrecked. Obviously, they probably went under a low bridge on that guy. That Chevy Spark has seen better days. It's a Hyundai, I would imagine Elantra, definitely better days. But down here, I saw this guy, and you can see that this has been here for a while. It's rusted, but that's not what we're coming here to look. They look like, man, they hit something. Somebody or something came up and hit this windshield from the outside and crushed that. That is not a head coming this way. Looks like a little bit of biohazard in there. It's a little silly, but I saw all this rust, but down here was something a little bit different that I saw. This completely burnt up Chevy Cruze. I can tell it's a Cruze because I saw him so much. Oh man, see, look at this. Oh, Mr. Chevy dude, he's in the car business. He knows everything, right? Well, did you see that? Yeah, it says Ford right there. So this is not a Chevy Cruze, dumbass Mike. This is a Ford Fusion sold by Greg Coates. So they're a local buy here, pay here place here, but man, I don't know why this would come to auction at a place like this. And what are they? I mean, what this is just a scrapyard thing. I'm not even sure what people would do with this. Crazy. And I saw this walking by, to give you some reference. The wrecked cars are down there, the burnt car is down there past that black truck, and I saw this Michigan license plate. I saw the 392 trip, and I didn't really pay much attention to it or really care much about it. But then I was walking back here and I saw this motor, which I would have to assume that this says no motor, and I walked up, and yeah, there's no motor in there. I don't know if you can see that or not. There is no motor inside there. Then I went ahead and looked up that 392 Trip, and looks like he's here in Louisville, or at least his last video was uploaded here in Louisville. To say the least, just walking one row, it's all I've walked is this one row. There's some interesting cars. Looks like there's a car on fire back there, but there's some interesting cars here for sure. And one thing I've always known about this auction is this was the junk auction. This is where people took their absolute crap to get rid of for the least bottom dollar, and people would buy it and fix it and resell it. But that's not really the case. This auction was sold a year and a half, 2 years ago, and they've slowly gotten better cars here. So that's why I wanted to try this auction. Since the Malibu came from a Mannheim auction, this is an independent auction, so I figured that I would come here, run it through here, and have our first experience at an auction and see what it does. All right, here it goes. This is the A lane, and here comes the door up for my car to soon run through this lane right here.
44 here, 2.5, now 44 here, 2.5, 44 grand, 250, 44 here, 2.5, 2.5, now half, now 44 here, 250, 44 here, 2.5.
Okay, so to explain what just happened, that truck right there, the highest bidder was $44,000. Basically, they call it a floor, but it's really a reserve, right? So we know eBay has reserve prices that somebody's not going to sell something unless it meets that reserve. Well, the auctions, they call it a floor. So basically what happened was the bidder said, hey, listen, 44,000 was the top that he was going to go, and no other bidders are out there. So he essentially won the auction, but he didn't win the rights to the car because the floor was not made. Well, up on the stand was the person repping that car, who owns that car, and they said, hey, 48,000 is what's going to take to buy it. And the guy said 45,000, I think is what he said. And then they're like, hey, this number, and then they're like 46.5, I think was the final number. So they kind of like negotiated this quick, in seconds. They negotiated $46,500 on that platinum vehicle to be sold some dealer around the country. All right, and there she is, boys and girls. I just saw somebody taking a picture of it. That's it right there. Let's hope I do not lose my butt on this car. So I'm gonna go up there on the auction and rep my own car.
Shoulder $4,500, shoulder $4,500. Thank you. Bring on the next one, number 38. Is the miles right? 25,000 miles here. But here, 15, down, Brown, what do you get? So I will sell for 12.5. They told him 13.5, so I'll take 12.5. So 12.5, put on number.
All right. We sold it for 12.5. 12,350 is my net money right now. So we're coming out of this just a couple $100. And so we have, I think we have some leg here, right? They can arbitrate this car like I did, and I'm afraid of that. But I did what's called a yellow light. And to my understanding is we guarantee the engine and transmission. We don't guarantee anything else on the car. So we'll see what happens. Wow, what a fun experience this was today. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Unfortunately, as I said right over here, I don't think we're gonna lose much money on it. Something you just, not everybody can answer the questions, right? I asked the question, it just wasn't answered, of what it was gonna cost me to sell this car here, and the sale fee is $455. So we have officially lost money on this car. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment, share this video so I can make some money on YouTube instead.